There was a girl who couldn't leave her room every October 10th of the year.
Why October 10th?
And this is why. So the mom, whenever the date came, she would mark it on the calendar. She would circle it, she would highlight it, make sure that her kid was in her room with no windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? She never told her kid why. And whenever she had school on that day, or if she had to do something else that day, she's like, nope, you're not allowed to leave the house. So every year on October 10th, they would lock themselves in a room with no windows, right? Every year, fam, you would hear someone ring the doorbell on the house. But the mom obviously is with the child. So she's like, no, we're staying in this room, we're staying in this room, right? She told her kid, like, please do not ever do this. And as soon as midnight hits and October 11th comes, the knocking, the ringing of the doorbell disappears.
But why that day? Like what?
It's building up, it's building up. So one day, her mom had to go on like a work trip.
Yeah.
And the kid already knew, October 10th, I'm gonna lock myself in that room and not do anything.
She knows the drill.
She knows the drill already.
I had a terrible childhood. My family was so poor that there were times when we didn't have any food in the house. My parents tried to provide for us, but Dad was always out of work and Mom wasted her money on gambling. I never told anyone because I was so embarrassed. When I was in high school, I started shoplifting clothes. I was surprisingly good at it. When I was at school, I acted like the happiest person alive. I started making friends, though I never invited them over to see the real me. Most nights, I'd convince my friends to have me over for dinner. That way I was getting steady meals. One of my friends, Becky, eventually found out, but she agreed to keep my secret and even help me with money whenever she could. I stopped talking to her after graduation because I wanted to leave my messed up childhood far behind me. But at the time, she was a lifesaver. I'm 27 now, and my life couldn't be any different. All my friends are filthy rich. I have an amazing boyfriend, Derek, who lavishes me with gifts. I only wear designer clothes like Gucci and Louis Vuitton. I barely have a cent in my bank account, but that doesn't matter. I act like a socialite, so people just automatically assume I have money. I often go out partying with friends, but I've learned how to trick them into always paying the bill. It's a lot easier than you think. All I do is say things like, I'll take you out for drinks next time. Or, I'm sorry, can we use your card? I forgot mine in my other purse. Worked every time. My friends were so rich that they didn't notice or didn't care. Derek and I were getting pretty serious, so I figured that a marriage was in our future. Once that happened, I'd have all the money I'd ever need. All I had to do was maintain my lifestyle for another few months without anyone discovering I was a fraud. Then something terrible happened. I had just woken up after a wild party at Jarway. I had a terrible hangover and could barely remember the night before. We danced a lot, and since Derek was out of town, I made out with some really hot guys. I sort of got into an altercation with some trashy girls who didn't belong there, but that kind of thing usually happened. As someone who pretends to be rich, it's important to act bitchy toward the people below me. Anyway, that morning, I got a text from an unknown number. It was a screenshot of my bank account. It showed that I only had a couple $100. It came with a short message. Want me to send this to your socialite friends? My heart sank. I had no idea who would do this to me. But if they followed through with the threat, I'd lose everything. Derek would leave me. All my friends would abandon me. I'd have nothing. I called the number. A woman answered. I didn't recognize the voice. Have I got your attention?
Who are you?
Just a stranger. Now listen carefully, or I'll ruin your life. The woman explained that she would expose me that day unless I paid her off. Since I didn't have any money to give, she'd accept payment in clothes and jewelry. She knew about all the expensive things that I'd accumulated over the years, and she wanted them for herself. I tried to bargain with her. I offered to give her 3 dresses and 2 handbags, but she knew that I had much more than that. She wanted everything. To show that she was serious, she sent another photo. This one was from me as a child, standing in front of her trailer, wearing a dirty hand-me-down dress. I have lots more, so what do you say? I eventually gave in. I got out 3 suitcases and started stuffing all my favorite possessions inside. To make sure I was giving her everything, she made me switch to a video call so she could watch me clean out my closet. She didn't turn on her own camera, of course. After 20 horrible minutes, I'd packed away thousands of dollars worth of my belongings. Then she gave me an address where I could drop everything off. Sobbing, I took the suitcases down to my car and left. The address was in a terrible neighborhood 1 city over. I hated driving to a place like that. It was dangerous. Worse, it was trashy. I followed my GPS to the exact location where a woman was waiting for me. She looked about my age, though she was quite unattractive. The kind of person who really didn't spend any time taking care of herself. Before I got out of my car, I tried to figure out if I knew her. Then it hit me. She was one of the women I insulted the night before. She'd come into the club wearing Walmart clothes and too much makeup. She didn't belong there, and I said that to her face. Was that why she was blackmailing me? Because I was slightly mean to her at a party? I got out of the car. She was grinning at me. So, do you recognize me now? I told her I remembered her from the club. That wasn't the right answer, apparently. Her face twisted in anger, and it looked like she was fighting off the urge to lunge at me. You really don't know who I am? I shrugged. That's when she lunged at me. She shoved me hard against my car, screaming into my face. I'm Becky! You still don't recognize your former best friend? I pushed her back. Now that she introduced herself, I did recognize her from my childhood. The years had not been kind to her. I understood why she was so angry that I'd insulted her, and why she had photographs from when I was a kid. Once she calmed down, she explained that she worked at my bank and was able to get a photo of my account information. She also said that after I'd gotten her kicked out of the club, she spent all last night gathering all my contacts and planning a revenge. I tried to apologize, but it was too late. She still wanted me to give her all my stuff, so I did. I wheeled out the suitcases full of my priceless belongings and left that at her feet. That was all she wanted. She deleted the photos from her phone and told me to leave. She never wanted to see me again. I apologized again, though she still didn't believe me, and I drove back home. I was sad to lose so many valuable things, but at least my reputation was safe. That was my most important possession after all. But when I got back to Derek's place, my phone started buzzing. All at once, I got texts from dozens of my friends. I was too afraid to open them. I also got a text from Derek. That one I had to open. Get out of my house, now. Even though I'd given Becky everything she'd asked for, she still exposed me to everyone. My life was ruined. That afternoon, I drove all the way back to my parents' trailer. I had no place else to go.
The worst thing about joining a high school halfway through the year is that making friends is nearly impossible. I've been to 4 different high schools in the UK, and every single time it was the same. I felt like Jeffrey Dahmer trying to make friends. I wasn't weird. You just can't fit in. Every single person is already in a friendship group. Actually, it was 5, but anyways. I was so prepared to have a good first dating at 10 until the second I reached the gate, I tried to open it because I don't know how the gate works. You know, I've never been to the school before. As I'm frantically tapping on the numbers, I noticed 2 girls right next to me, and they're looking at me laughing. I turn around thinking, what the hell did I do? Are you thick? The school's not open yet. Thinking, bro, it's my first day. Please, how can it be this bad already? Bad start. But we keep going. I'm a man. I'm going to get through this. I don't care. I'm going to make some friends. Remember how I said I walked in early? Well, I managed to get to my first lesson late. I'm not even joking. I walked in 5 minutes before lesson starts, and everyone's looking at me. Every single pair of eyes in the room just looking at me, bro. And I don't try to be nonchalant. I try to be a natural being, just walking. Trying to be natural, no. Tell me how I forgot how to walk. Am I immobilized, bro? What's my issue? I sit down and no joke, I felt like I tasted schizophrenia. Every single person looking at me, which is natural, it's fine. But what the hell do I do here? Do I just like give you hey, yo, you know, what the hell? But so far it's not too bad. But it gets a bit awkward, so I say, hey miss, can I go to the toilet? The second I get up, I literally see people just... I'm thinking, bro, no. I'm not about to get bullied, bro. No, bro, this is not high school in America. I'm sat in the toilet doing my thing. I'm thinking, I'm about to get thrown in the lockers, you know. This is not good. But it's fine. I keep composure. It's not that bad. It's fine. I come back, I sit in some lessons, and now it's break time. And I'm thinking, right, now is the time. Everyone's going to be like, yo, where you from, this, that. No one came over to me, okay? Even like, yo, I'm just sat on the bench thinking, okay. It wasn't embarrassing. It was just awkward. Because I'm thinking, wait... Am I like some outcast? Yo, what do I do? Come back, and so far it's not bad. Like, yeah, it's awkward, but no one's like being mean, innit? Like, this isn't bad. I don't know what the hell I expect. Until it's time for period 3. And of course, coincidence, time for some group work. Socialization, yeah. Everyone's getting into groups until it's my turn. I'm thinking, wait, before I can even choose a group, this is what you need to be careful. If you are going to join a new school, you need to think about this, because I've been to many. I know, I've got my experience. You can't make friends with every single person you see. You need to do a mental background check before you... The first person I spoke to, I kid you not, got taken out of school that same month because he was making a very bad video online and he got taken out of school. So thanks, there's my reputation gone, mate. You know? But sometimes you don't have that luxury of choice, because in my case, at the end of it, it was, guys, we have a spare child. Yeah, we have a crumb left over. Anyone trying to be generous? You know what I mean? Nah, no one. No, please! Mind you, this is the most rudimentary, simple task of all time. I can do it closing my eyes in 2 minutes. But yeah, time to punish the new kid. Yeah. Thank you, mate. Well done. I'm not going to forget that. Eventually, someone finds it in their heart, the bottom of the pit of their heart. Yeah, miss, I think I'll take him into my shelter. That is very gracious of you, actually. Thank you. I'm there thinking, why is it so awkward on my first day? I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, isn't someone supposed to be like, yo, you seem kind of cool, kind of nonchalant with your wired headphones? You know what I mean? But no, bro, guys just think you're weird on your phone. Guys just think you're weird. And at that point in time, it's been 2 minutes into group work and no one even looked at me. I'm trying to talk and no one's even like trying to invite me in. I'm thinking, right. So then I just gave up. Matter of fact, I gave up for 2 months. I had like, I think 6 conversations in 2 months, yo, can't even lie. But then eventually I was like, wait, am I just going to be like this until the end of year 11? Have no friends. This is not good. So I forced my way into talking to certain people at the end of year 10. And it wasn't too bad until we're talking and they're like, yeah, you know what? You seem pretty chill. I'm thinking, you know what? I think I'm quite chill. You know what I mean? And they were like, no, seriously, I don't know why no one spoke to you in the first 2 months. And I said, yeah, I can't lie. I don't know why either. And they were like, actually, I know why. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. I was like, no, seriously, like, please, bro, what's going on? Well, you looked very ugly. And I'm thinking, whoa. Seriously? Like, bro, like, joke's over now. He's like, nah, I swear to God. He put it on God. And I'm thinking, fair enough. Everyone thought I'm ugly. I'm thinking, wait, is that what it takes to make friends? Even with guys? Guys, bro, we're boys, man. What the... And then after they said every single time we went to the toilet, and I kid you not, every single time we went to the toilet, the same girls will try and get validation of the guys, the popular guys, and be like, yeah, doesn't he look weird? And they described my nose, my face, everything. I was like, wait, allow it, bro, chill. My skin color too, bro, please. What the hell can I do with my skin color? Then after it was like, yeah, to be fair, you did look like a Neanderthal. Okay, well, thank you, mate. I was like, bro, allow it, man. There's no need. I was in year 10. I did not cover my looks. But yeah, I do like to think I don't look like a Neanderthal anymore. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much you can change. But end of the day, you shouldn't really care about how you look. I don't know why this turned into like an insecurity lesson. But yeah, that was your overview of your first day of high school. But yeah, 4-minute video of me rambling about my first day of high school. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, then don't tell me, because that's not very motivating, you know what I mean?
Don't ever forget that walking away from something so toxic and so unhealthy is so brave, even if you stumble on your way out.
Le presté ropa a una amiga y cuando se la pedí me bloqueó y no me la quiso regresar. Al fin el storytime más esperado de estas 2 semanas. Contexto completo, yo tenía antes una mejor amiga. No voy a decir nombres, pero si saben quién es, pues ni qué hacerle. Yo con esta amiga era súper close. Por X o Y pues dejamos de hablar y X. Pasaron los meses. En eso, una de sus hermanas me habla y vi que me había vuelto a seguir y me pidió ideas de outfits para un yate. Yo muy linda pues le mandé fotos de cómo me iría vestida a un yate. Y después me preguntó que si no tenía un vestido parecido a ese. Y entonces le dije que justo me acaba de llegar uno y que sin problema yo se lo prestaba. Desde ahí yo debí de darme cuenta que obviamente solo me había seguido otra vez y solo me estaba hablando porque quería ropa. Fuimos a un lugar a desayunar. Ahí le dio el vestido, todo bien. Y después me dijo, ¿puedo ir a tu casa un rato? Vinimos a mi departamento, estuvimos aquí un ratote. Estuvimos en mi cuarto, donde está mi closet. Me dijo, tienes mucha ropa, ¿me puedo probar más vestidos? Le dije, pruébate lo que quieras. Estuvo probando un buen de vestidos, hasta le dije cuáles le quedaban bien. Mi closet es una tienda. Terminó llevándose 3 vestidos, que son estos de aquí. Este vestido es el que yo compré para mi cumpleaños. Lo compré como 4 meses antes de mi cumpleaños, justo para mi cumpleaños. Obviamente era importante para mí, ¿ok? Días después le mando mensaje y le pregunto que cuándo puedo pasar por los vestidos. No me contestó. Una semana después le vuelvo a enviar mensaje y no me contesta. Más tarde le vuelvo a enviar mensaje y le pregunto que cuándo puedo pasar por ellos, si no es ese día. Un día después le mandé mensaje por Instagram, ya que no me contestaba por WhatsApp. Y le dije, hola. Y vi que me dejó en visto. Y después me meto a su perfil y ya me había bloqueado de Instagram. Luego me voy a WhatsApp y ya me había bloqueado de WhatsApp. Los vestidos yo hasta se los hubiera regalado. Le hubiera dicho, no te preocupes, quédatelos. Pero el acto de bloquearme y no darme una explicación, decirme, no sé, puedes pasar por ellos el siguiente año si quieres. El problema fue en la acción, me sentí usada, luego me bloqueó. Yo le mandé mensaje a su hermana, que antes era mi mejor amiga. Obviamente no me contestó, no esperaba que me contestara ni nada, pero mínimo, pues, que hablara con su hermana, ¿no? Yo lo único que esperaba es que tuviera la decencia de decirme qué estaba pasando. Entonces mi mamá me dijo, si quieres, dame su número y yo le hablo. Y le dije, si quiere los vestidos, pues que me los pague para que yo pueda comprarlos otra vez. Está bien, no hay problema. Me dijo que le dio mucha pena el haberme bloqueado, que fue muy inmaduro de su parte. Y al final me dijo que su mamá tiró los vestidos, lo cual se me hizo un poco tonto. Después ella le dijo a mi mamá que sí iba a pagar 2 vestidos. Y todavía dijo que si se los podía dejar más baratos que porque no eran nuevos. O sea, si yo ya estaba molesta, eso me molestó aún más. No te estoy vendiendo los vestidos. Obviamente si te los hubiera vendido, te los doy más baratos de lo que son. Pero es reposición porque los perdiste. Me desbloqueó y me habló. Me terminó pagando pues los 2 vestidos. Y el otro me dijo que sí me lo iba a dar. Y como no vi su iniciativa de decir pues te los paso a dejar, ya que yo te los pedí. Al día siguiente mandé un Uber y me regresó mi vestido. Aquí lo tengo, aquí está mi vestido, que ni siquiera lo lavó porque huele feo y está sucio. Ahora esto no acaba aquí. La mamá le llamó a mi mamá. Obviamente me saqué de onda, ya habían pasado días y resulta que obviamente subí 2 stories hablando sobre el tema. Yo no soy ningún personaje, como soy en los videos, soy en la vida real, entonces yo comparto mi vida real. La mamá le dijo a mi mamá que no les gustaban a ellos las redes sociales, que no querían ser involucrados, que no los esté exponiendo. Y yo llevo años conociendo a estas personas y saben que subo hasta cuando voy al baño. ¿Cómo pasa por tu cabeza hacerme eso? Tampoco voy a etiquetarla aquí para que le vayan a tirar hate porque no estoy a favor de eso. Solo les conté mi experiencia. Creo que aquí acaba este tema y pues nada que decir. Esa fue mi historia.
Okay, so here's why I got my car and my phone taken so I can pay my parents $5,000. Usually my parents never really used to like trip about curfew until I started waking them up because they're always working, so they care about their sleep like so much. And so then they started like giving me different curfews or whatever, and it would depend. Like sometimes it was like 4 and then sometimes it was like 12. And so it's 4th of July and like I thought I wasn't gonna go out, so they hadn't given me a curfew. But then last minute me and my friend decided to go out and it's like 11 o'clock, so my parents are already asleep. Actually no, it was like 10, and so we go to this party and like my parents literally don't care where I go or like what I do because they know I'm like a kid. So I just went out and they were already asleep, so I didn't tell them. And like we ended up party hopping like all night. And then at like 2, one of her homeboys texted her and said he had an open crib. So we go and pick up these like 4 random, her homeboys, I guess. And we go to this guy's apartment and like we're all just like literally chilling. Like we drove around to like a gas station. But other than that, we were just like chilling at his crib. And oh my gosh, one of these kids would not give me a freaking Oreo. I was so hungry. This kid would not give me an Oreo. But anywho, so then we end up leaving at like 4 or something. No, we left at like 4:30. And so I get back and the door is locked. And so I was like, what the heck? Because I've never been locked, like they've never done that before. So I was like, hello? So then I go up to my au pair's room to get in from her door. And I look down at the window, like, because there's a courtyard, like, right there. And from her stairs to the window, like, I can, like, see these, like, a bunch of windows. And I look down and I literally see my dad, like, standing there staring at me. And I'm telling you, me and my dad don't like each other, like, whatsoever. And he's always trying to get me in trouble. Like, the other day, there was an egg pan that wasn't done, and my brother said it was me. Instead of telling me to do it, he goes and tells my mom. And says, like, she's 16, like, she needs to do this stuff for herself. We're not paying for her college anymore. And my mom was always just like, dude, like, what? He was the one who threatened to send me away. And then I found out my mom was like, boy, we're not sending her away. But anyways, so just know, he has it out for me. So he's standing, like, just staring at me, right? And then, like, I'm just staring back, and my friend's, like, next to me. I'm waiting for him to, like, wave or something, and then instead of like saying hi, his 6-foot ass gets on the ground and starts crawling. And I'm telling you, my dad is like a big, I think he's like 6'2" actually. I don't really know honestly, but he starts crawling. And I was like, dude, I can see, like, you're not slick, I can see you. And so then I like texted my mom and I was like, I forgot to tell you I went out last night. And I woke up to my phone and car being gone, and then they told me like I wouldn't get it back till I can pay them like money, but I talked to my mom. I knew it wouldn't like last, so I just talked to my mom, and now I think I'm getting it back in like a couple days. And I think I'm just gonna buy my own car because like it low-key pisses me off how much they take it away. So I'm just gonna buy, oh shoot, my own car. It might be a crusty little, actually I saw a pink Hellcat on Facebook Marketplace and I've had my eye on it. I feel like that'll be so cute. But yeah, so I don't really have to pay them $5,000, but that was what they like said. But they're just impulsive. They just say stuff. But they know. They know. Anywho. Bye.
At night, I got a girl's number.
You asked for her number.
I got her number, yes.
I'm sick right now.
Bueno, y story time de cuando me subí un bus y mi ex iba ahí con la otra, porque sé que ustedes que quieren que diga mi ex. Bueno, pasa, resulta y acontece que el muchacho se despide de mí y me dice que no vamos a poder hablar porque, bueno, iba para el trabajo y que no íbamos a poder seguir hablando, no íbamos a poder chatear porque no lleva internet. El muchacho no llevaba internet en pleno 2025. ¿Quién no va a dar internet? Bueno, solo yo. Bueno, aparte de mí nadie. Entonces me dice que no va a dar internet y que no vamos a poder seguir hablando. Entonces yo como que, bueno, el muchacho no sabía que yo iba a ir al centro ese día. Yo tenía que ir a hacer unos mandados. Entonces vengo yo y pues el muchacho se va, no hablamos porque, como les digo, él no andaba internet, entonces no hablamos. Pero la vida así es. Yo me alisto, yo iba para el centro a hacer unos mandados y me alisto y todo bien va. Yo, cabe recalcar que yo me iba a ir en taxi. A mí nadie me avisó que él andaba en el bus. Nadie me avisó. Fue coincidencia de la vida. Yo me iba a ir en taxi, pero en el lugar donde yo estaba sacando el dinero para irme a hacer los mandados que iba a hacer, por ahí pasaba el bus. Y justamente en el momento que yo ya iba saliendo de ahí, venía el bus. Entonces viene mi amiga y me dice: Suani, vámonos en el bus. Entonces dije yo, bueno, pues entonces sí, vámonos en el bus y pues no, nos vamos ahí. Y nos subimos al bus y vamos, el bus todavía corrió como sus 5 minutos. Yo solo me subí, no me fijé quién iba atrás, solo me subí, me senté y todo bien. En lo que el bus se para, ustedes saben que normalmente los buses tienen una parada donde esperan que se suba la gente. En lo que el bus se para ahí, pues entonces yo saco mi teléfono a grabarme y a tomarme fotos. Cuando yo saco mi teléfono para tomarme las fotitos, estoy yo, que no sé qué, que sí, que lo otro, aquí y allá. Y cuando miro, esta cara la conozco, dije yo. Y entonces viene y yo dije, esta cara yo la conozco. Pero yo tengo miopía. Y cuando yo, o sea, normalmente las personas que tenemos miopía, sin los lentes no miramos muy bien, miramos borroso. Y vengo yo y yo yo andaba sin mis lentes. Ahí en el video claramente se ve, yo andaba sin mis lentes y yo forzando la vista queriendo ver por medio de la cámara. Y yo no se miraba claramente. Entonces vengo yo y digo yo, ¿y yo por qué tengo que estar aquí forzando la vista? Entonces vengo yo y volteo la cara de un solo. Así ustedes dicen que parecía Chucky, pero no parecía Chucky, parecía Anabel. Entonces viene y entonces y yo, ¿con qué trabajando andabas? Trabajando. Y él y ella más cagada todavía. Entonces yo me le acerco al muchacho y le digo, no, que andabas trabajando, con razón no andabas en internet. Y él, no, mira que no es lo que estás pensando, no es como parece, yo te puedo explicar que no sé qué y que no sé qué. Y yo, no tenés nada que explicarme, ya está todo claro. Y él, no, que mira que yo te amo, que vos sos el amor de mi vida, que no sé qué, que esto y que lo otro. Y ella detrás de él y él detrás de mí. Y entonces, y ella que se quiere poner a pelear conmigo y que mira y yo, no, mamita, conmigo no por miedo, porque no es por miedo, sino porque está muy naca la mera verdad y muy corriente para rebajarme ese nivel. Entonces no, el muchacho tratando ahí de arreglar las cosas, ya demasiado tarde sinceramente. El muchacho tratando de arreglar las cosas, él detrás de mí, ella detrás de él, y empezó a decirme cosas a mí, que no sé qué, que yo esto, que yo lo otro, que ella con él y él detrás de mí, ella todavía roncando huevos, que a quien la quería era ella, que no sé qué, que aquí, que allá. Hice lo que tenía que hacer porque ustedes preguntan, ¿qué hiciste? Y después, pues nada, yo no me voy a poner a pelear con una man ahí, peor por un hombre, y una man que no me llega ni a los talones. No, sinceramente no. Nada, solo le dejé las cosas claras a él. Ella escuchó todo, él se vino detrás de mí, ella detrás de él. La muchacha sí sabía de mi existencia, traumada conmigo, Bueno, en fin, todas se trauman conmigo, ¿verdad? Me revisa el perfil todos los días, me tira indirectas, me manda a amenazar, me imita mis videos. Y yo hice lo que tenía que hacer, nada, solo dejarle las cosas claras a él. Pues ella ya vio lo que tenía que ver y escuchar lo que tenía que escuchar, lo que él me dijo a mí. Y pues no, yo me bajé del bus y ahí sí me subí en el taxi, ahí sí agarré un taxi. Me bajé del bus y ahí sí. ¿Para qué ir haciendo show ahí? Porque no hice show, gente, no hice show. De eso de venir que nos... No. Yo solo le dije lo que le iba a decir. Creo que, bueno, ni los buceros se dieron cuenta, sinceramente. Ni los del bus se dieron cuenta. El bus iba vacío. Solo iban los buceros, o sea, el chofer, el cobrador. Ellos dos, mi amiga y yo. Y hay otras personas que no puedo mencionar. Y no iba mucha gente, entonces... Me bajé del bus, agarré un taxi y todo bien. Él y yo ya nada, la chica está traumada conmigo. Ella va a ver este video y me va a tirar puya, lo sé. Pero mami, deja el trauma sinceramente. Y pues nada, eso es todo el chisme, porque ya ratos intenté contarles en el live, pero se trababa esto y lo otro, entonces sí, así fue esto. Y les voy a decir algo, pelen bien el ojo y no se entreguen totalmente. Porque cuando menos esperas te dan la puñalada por la espalda. Y cuando más te dicen que te aman y cuando más te celan, es cuando más te los están poniendo.